Welcome to Church on the Net. This past week we've looked at the pillars of what deeper level mentoring is, 6 of them. The last one I'm going to talk to you about today, it's a really tough one for any of us to do, but I think especially for men, and that's learning the quality of leaning. We kind of pattern this after King David and his mighty men. His mighty men were champions, warriors, ragamuffins, outcasts from different tribes in his own. Men that did incredibly great feats in battle. It tells you more about it. We've included the scripture about it from the Bible. And it's important to know that beyond their great feats, that didn't really make them mighty men. Although they were incredible, but it was their loyalty, their devotion, their courage, and their faithfulness. I have mighty men, and I'm going to encourage you each to find your own mighty men. These are men, if you're a man, it's got to be your same gender, but men that have a devotion to you and will do anything for you. They kind of like are your backbone. They're your backup. I have 20 incredible men that I've gathered together over 30 years. Now, here's the thing. I've lost some mighty men along the way because one of the strongest foundations you have to be a mighty man and to kind of represent Christ is trust. And I'm sad to say I've had some guys that have just stabbed me in the back or thrown me to the wolves. Well, I can't trust them. And that's a me thing. Forgiving them, yes. And some don't want to talk to me, and that's totally fine. But I can't put them in that spot of overall trust. So, do you have people in your life right now that are good? 2 Samuel 27, verse 8. Verse 8 talks about 3 of the greatest men in David's mighty men group. And how, after a large battle and they'd all were tired and exhausted, David was sitting in the cave looking out over the battleground, just thinking back, and he said, man, I would love to have water from the fountain outside of Bethlehem. Now, Bethlehem at the time was occupied by the Philistines. It was not only a dangerous road to go on, but it was a dangerous city to even approach at that time because the Philistines had captured it, because they knew that it was David's hometown. His top 3 mighty men, which I can't say their names, they're in the Bible there. But they went. They snuck around and did hard and faced danger to get this goatskin thing full of water from that watershed for David. They came home and gave it to him, and David was just impressed that these men cared about him and loved him that much. And then not because he rejected what they did, but because he wanted to show how much he appreciated it. He offered it to God and poured it out on the ground right there. Which our mighty men have got to have a passionate love of Jesus. They've got to be loyal to him and to you. A faithfulness that will not quit, that believes in you and believes in God and believes in the direction you're going. hope you're having a beautiful day in the Lord. I hope the sun is shining. Have a good time. God will always be there. So will you be faithful to Him? Can you be a mighty man? I tell you what, I've got a couple of guys on my radar for some more additions into my group. But I tell you what, I've grown pretty fond of some of my guys. Would do anything for them. But if you're liking this content, then you're going to love the retreat. Because we get to talk about what we're looking at. We get to grow in the Lord. I want to bless each and every one of you today. Please continue to pray for our ministry. We haven't recovered yet this or last month from giving, so if you can, that would be wonderful. We have some bills we need to pay for the end of this month. God bless you.